is Wednesday. I have just done a mad workout. So I had to jump into the shower straight away. I didn't go into the weights or anything. Just came straight home. So I'll show you the workout that I did today. Yep, a 7-rounder today, and then finishing off on the bike, an 80-calorie bike ride. Okay, today I am cooking orzo. I'm going to share the recipe with you. I have prepped it. As you can see, I'm out the shower. I've still got my shower to go and wipe down. Want to get Lily out a walk. I baked a bread before I went to the gym. I cleaned the fridge before I went to the gym. This was the bread I should have baked yesterday, and I forgot to bake the bread, so I've got another one in the fridge to bake. It's a lovely day today. That's my sourdough basket things out there. I washed them this morning, put them out, but it's lovely and sunny. So I think I'm going to get the washing out side to air it, and then I shall break my fast. I'm waiting for my hair to kind of air dry. I'm trying my best not to spray it. I am really trying not to spray the roots before Friday, because I've got this irritation behind my ear, like an eczema type thing behind my ear. You've probably noticed I keep touching my ear. I'm trying not to. I don't know what it is. I thought it was my cuff. I've taken that off. I thought it was my other earrings. I've taken them off. I'm now thinking it's because I'm eating bread. I can't think of anything else that I've changed. Anyway, I've got a lot to do again. So I need to wash out my mop as well. So I need to take that out as well and get myself looking decent. So yeah, I've already marinated the chicken. But like I said, I'll run through that recipe properly with you. So it's chicken with orzo. This is orzo. There we go. This is, it's just little pasta. That's what it is basically. It's made from eggs, cow's milk, semolina and salt. And that's it. Orzo. Lovely. 22nd of October. I'm still getting the washing out. Good going. I'm out. I thought I'd come and check these. Kelly sent us a video this morning of her little tomatoes. Bearing in mind they were the same seedlings that I planted mine from. That's a difference in weather from where Kelly is and where I am. I mean, I've even had mine in here to protect them, but nought has happened, nought at all. My mop and my bucket and get all that cleaned up and washed up. Enjoying being outside, Lily? My little tail. And just like that, see what washing your hair and a little bit of makeup and a pair of ears does? Boom boom! Okay, I have showered myself, I have washed my hair. It's the second week I've washed my hair midweek, and I have not sprayed it. I'm really trying not to use that spray, but washing it has helped. It's kind of not making the greys as obvious. It's fine. You're 60, cope with the greys. Right. Should we? I want to cook this because I really want to get Lily out. Got a lot of things going on my worktops which I do not like. It annoys me. This is today's coffee. Still a bit left in there, so I'll finish that. Jug. These are my. This is another one. It's not the one that was shown on yesterday's vlog. I like to let them dry properly before I put flour in them. So that's just their drying. These lamps are charging again, charging every day. Just as well I bought a spare pair because I literally need to charge them every day. Right, let's do the ingredients and start cooking and get it all done. Okay, it's nice to see me looking a bit nicer, isn't it? That washing's definitely going to dry today, by the way. Okay, let's do this. Just get my chicken out of the fridge. Okay, let's go through the ingredients. We have 2 packets of chicken thighs. Obviously you use the amount you need. These are the chicken thighs that Rico picked up, so they are skinned and boned. So I've got them sitting in olive oil, pepper and paprika. So I just kind of sprinkled the paprika over them, say about 1.5 teaspoonfuls of paprika. And I just had that sitting in the fridge marinating until I was ready to cook, and it just draws everything in. Then you need 1 onion, chopped or minced, however you prefer it. I've got it here. I actually got Rico to do it for me. I've uncovered it. So 1 onion, 2 to 3 garlic cloves, again depending on how garlicky you like it, all minced up. 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, so I'll just count 3 tablespoons out of my pots there. Again, you know, you don't have to be specific with amounts. You know, Cypriot mums are never specific with amounts. So we have 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, I said. So 2 pints of chicken stock. I've put 3 stock cubes in there and just diluted with water. And then 1 packet of glyceragi. Then I'm going to add some cheese and parsley to garnish once the meal is cooked. So first of all, I'm going to fry up my chicken in olive oil. Don't think I'm going to add any more olive oil. I've got the pot here ready heating, and I've got that kind of hob that's got that. Right, got it quite high. Better start frying them. Let me just lower it down a little. Okay, so I'm going to fry up my chicken, brown my chicken, and remove the chicken, and then fry the rest. So you can follow me along, my darlings. Is that okay? That's okay. Let's get the chicken in. This as a 1-pot dinner, but you can kind of fry it all up and put it in the oven. But I like to do things for ease. That's all the chicken in there, so just let that brown off on one side, and then I'll turn it over and take the chicken out of the pot. Okay, that is my chicken all lovely and brown. So I'm just going to remove it now. I'm just going to put it in this plate here, and then I'll come back to you once I've removed everything out of there. I'm going to add my onion. I'll turn the heat right down now because I don't want a burnt onion. And I'm going to add my garlic, and then when you're not looking I'm going to scrape all that out properly. I'm going to do that now actually. Okay, just brown that off. So I've just basically thrown it into the juices where the chicken was fried. And just brown that off. So that's my onion fried until it's basically translucent, and my garlic. I'm gonna throw in my orzo as well now, just to kind of fry it up a bit as well before it just goes into the stock. I mean, some people do all this separately. I just, like I said, anything for ease, I just do it all in the one pot. And then I'm going to just put that to the side and fry up my tomato puree. But I'm going to let that fry up just a little bit, just to draw in all the lovely flavours and stop it from getting too stodgy. That's why I'm giving it a little fry first. And in that middle bit, I'm going to put my tomato puree to fry it up a bit. And as I'm frying it up, I'll just draw in the beef karagi. Then we are going to add the stock. Well, it rained, I had to get the washing in. Typical. Stop now as soon as I brought it in. So I'm going to add the chicken back in here now. But I'm thinking I'm going to add more herbs and things in here. I feel it needs every Greek meal needs some cinnamon and oregano. So I'm going to add a few more flavours in here. I'm going to add more pepper. So yeah, you basically add the flavours you like. But I'm going with those flavours. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano and some mint, I think, in here. Put a wee bit of oregano, more black pepper. Right, and that's basically it. So I've just added the oregano and black pepper. I've not added any salt to it yet because of the stock cubes. I'll taste once that chicken's properly cooked and adjust my seasoning after that. So yeah, I just felt it needed a little something more than the paprika, hence why I added some oregano to it. But again, you can add mint, you could add cinnamon, you can add what you like. But I will taste it and, like I said, adjust the seasoning to it. So you can basically add what you want. So it's like a pasta and chicken dish. We're just waiting for it to thicken up, for the Orzo to cook properly. And so I'm just going to leave it here. At this point you could have put it in the oven. I think it's, just in case you're worried that the Orzo's going to stick, but I'm not worried because I got these super pots right here. There we go. And that's it for cleaning all the mess. And that will be Wednesday's dinner. So I've turned it right down. Cover and leave and clean up. Wash it away, blast in the tumble dryer, and it won't need very long to choose them. Choose the thinner ones first. We have tidied up, we have tumble dried, we have washed up. So I've even bleached my sink. Sinks have been bleached. I'll just let them drip dry before I put them away a wee bit. That one's been bleached. Let's check on dinner. I missed the wee spots here. I'll get that. There we go. It's getting nice and thick. I think we're ready to taste this. Giving it a good stir. Let me taste it. See what else I'm going to add to it. Bearing in mind I'm going to garnish this with cheese and parsley. I love Orzo. Do you like Orzo? I don't think it needs anything, people. I'm not adding anything else to it. Doesn't need anything. It's got enough flavouring. Doesn't even need salt. And once I add the cheese, that's going to make it even more salty. Perfect. I'll switch it off and just leave it. Oh, I can sit and have a bowl of that now. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those clothes upstairs and I'm going to take Lily out. That is now a priority. It has stopped raining, so I'm going to get her out. She is now my priority. I switched off the camera. I tasted it again. Obviously I did. It needs mint. I'm going to add some mint to it. Yeah, I've added mint to it. Quite a lot. There we go. We'll mix it in. Yeah, definitely better. Very much my taste, but if you're not a fan of mint, don't add mint. Makes it more Greek for me to add mint. So just as I was going to go and get ready for Lily's walk, we are going to go, I promise you baby, I got a password. I'm covering up my cousin's address there. So yeah, this is from my cousin, obviously because of, I know because of the address, but she had actually messaged me earlier on to say that, has your postman been yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. So, don't know how I'm going to open this without showing either her address or my address. I don't know what's in here. All I know is there's something for Lily and something for me. Oh! Ah, dearie me. She got me the shower hats. Luxury shower cap, just add water. So you know these are what I use. Oh brilliant, it's the plastic ones inside. And people, they match my kitchen. Nasia, thank you so much. I just washed this one this morning, which I showed you. So, I mean, you know, I do sourdough all the time. These are brilliant. It saves you using the wee plastic ones, you know, the ones you get in hotels. But, so I get mine from Primark. But when I went in the other day just to get a few more, they didn't have, they only had the ones with the toweling inside, which is no good for my sourdough. I don't want toweling. Although you can cover them with a towel. That's, oh, went out of focus. That's my little liner for my basket, which I wash this one. I just hand wash the liners and the hats with washing up liquid. And that's why it's good to have a couple on the go. So, brilliant! Thank you! Don't know where she got these from. Where did you get them from? Don't know. Oh, by the way, let me post her first ever sourdough. She baked it today. This is like, Nasia is an amazing cook. See all these types of dishes, all the Greek dishes. I mean, like when I want to do vine leaves and things, I have to ask my cousins. I'm not really good at things like that. Or my auntie. So, she's brilliant with things like that, but she's never made sourdough. I think she makes ordinary bread, but like I've always said, people make sourdough sound really difficult to make, but actually it really isn't. Once you kind of get the hang of it, it's the most simple bread to make. It's just a long process. So she made her starter. She made a successful starter, and let me post her first ever sourdough. I'm a proud mama. So when I see people encouraged to make sourdough because of me, it brings me great joy. It really brings me great joy, and I know my starter is well travelled. That's it, obviously had to make her own, which I've said before, but yeah, brilliant. And she got little socks for Lily. Here we go. Her little Santa socks. Thank you, Nasia. Right, I'm gonna go and get Lily out and about now. I just realised something. When I answered the door to the postman, I thought he's looking at me weirdly. Why is he looking at me weirdly? So I've answered the door with ears on and a penny on. Never mind. Everybody thinks I'm in that case. Anyway, I literally just answered the door. Oh my god. I completely forgot they were on my ears, and I went like that. I went, oh, for God's sake. Never mind. is life. Okay, we are finally out with Lily, giving her a good walk. Is that right, Lily? It's quite a busy time for people coming out. It's nice to see all the grass cut. I wonder if that'll be the last cutting of the season. So all that leaves, it's dark. All that leaves for me to do now when I go home is to get a vlog together, answer some questions, read through some questions and put it together. It's still so lovely and mild. This tells me we're gonna have, oh, why is it so dark? This tells me we're gonna have an evil winter. By the way, we're awaiting another storm. I think it's Storm Benjamin. They go by alphabetical order, so the last one was it Amy? The last one, is it the sun? It's glaring. And I think this one's Benjamin. Starts with a B anyway. So we're awaiting storm, something or other. Okay, we are in the boudoir. We have had our dinner. And now we're going to discuss comments. Okay, I've actually had a quick look at the vlog. We're on about 23 minutes, so I don't want to chat too long, but I do want to touch on some of the comments as a continuation from last night's vlog, and about if you could only have one bag, which one would you be? And I just want to say thank you so much to those of you that replied. But Terry, one bag, the question was, if you could only have one bag. You have given me a list of bags. You had to choose one and done. That is it. That's cheating, Terry. Okay, so let's go to, I'm going to go with Kaylee Carroll first, and her choice is, she says, let me move my iPad over here. She says, love the Louis Vuitton Alma handbags. So that would be hers, the Louis Vuitton Alma. I've never had an Alma. Has it ever really appealed to me? I know whoever has one loves them. I know Terry's mentioned it. My daughter-in-law Kelly has an Alma. Anyway, so thank you, Kaylee Carroll, for telling us. My phone, it'll be dinging. Okay, Lux and Roses, she says, and I know her amazing collection. She says, just because you asked. I have some vintage LV and Gucci bags, all of which I'd keep for various reasons. So Lux and Roses, she was buying these bags not because she had seen them on YouTube, it was what she's always carried. So I know Lux and Roses personally. She's a friend of mine, and she just, that was the bag she carried. It wasn't like, oh, I'm needing, that was always her style, is what I'm trying to say. That was her means. I don't know if I'm saying that I should be saying any of this, but anyway. So she says, right, I have some vintage LV and Gucci bags, all of which I'd keep for various reasons. But if it was just one, it would be my medium classic flap. Reasons, primarily because the purchase was for a particular and very significant reason. It's practical and would work for EDC, everyday carrying, I don't know, let's say everyday use, right? Dress enough for special occasions, and I totally agree. So it's at this point I will answer my, if I could only keep one bag after using all my bags, all of these bags, I would go for the classic medium. It's small enough to be dressy, it's big enough to carry your essentials, it can be casual, it can be dressy, it could be everything. The size, everything is pure perfection. There's a size smaller than this, don't think there's that much of a difference, but this would be my one and only bag. If I could keep this, this was my first Chanel bag. I chose this bag because I thought it was going to be my only Chanel bag. So, and at that time, the jumbo was a very fashionable bag at the time. It was a very in bag. A lot of people, when I bought that size, were buying this size at that time. I don't regret having this bag because sometimes I just feel I need a bigger bag, and that, like I said, is still, I'm still using it as my everyday bag. This was another one that everybody was talking about at that time. I think It's Only Warpaint mentions this bag. So this is the GST. So again this could be quite, but you couldn't carry this to a wedding, could you? And then really it depends on the colour of which bag. If I could only choose one bag to have in every colour, this would be it. This is my everything bag. I love this bag. Love everything. Well, I was going to say I love everything about it. If I could change one thing about this bag, I would make this chain, when you pull it as a long chain, I would make it longer so it sits better as a crossbody, because it's just too short as a crossbody bag. So you've got it here as a shoulder bag, and then I would lengthen the chain for a crossbody bag. That's the only thing I would change about that bag. And again, with the jumbo, the chain is too long as a crossbody bag, so they just didn't get it right between those two bags. So that would be my choice. If I could only have one bag out of my whole collection, hands down, that would be it. Okay, and Terry, as I'm going down the comments, says, let's face it, ladies, we need several bags for our moods. It's true, sometimes you carry a bag depending on what kind of mood you are. Moods, trips, restaurants, shopping and beach. Yes, but the question, Terry, was only one. We don't need anything, but yeah. Also, Terry says here, initially she says, it is the Tote 30 Birking, she says, gold hardware and black medium classic Chanel flap gold hardware. Yes, one for casual and one for dressy. Again, Terry, you only can choose one. So if you had to choose between the Birkin or the Chanel Classic, what would you choose? And then It's Only Warpaint when I threw it right back at her and I asked her which bag she would choose. She says, oh God, I didn't see that question coming back on me. And then she says, Maxi, Classic Flat or GST. You must carry a lot of things to choose a big bag. Maxi, yeah, so there's one bigger than the jumbo as well. That used to be very in as well at that time when I was buying bags. Or something covered in sparkles. Help! She says, I don't know. Haha, you don't know. That was like the question for me for the gym and the bags. Senior style, I would keep my limited edition orange Hermes, she says. So that's what you out there would choose as your one and only, and this is what I would choose as my one and only. I have had a couple of good questions from B as well. She has messaged me some good questions as well. See, one YouTuber friend helping another YouTuber friend. I mean, that she could have taken the questions and done them for herself, but she's given me some good questions, so I'm going to get round to all the questions. But I don't want to make the vlogs too long. Also, I want to finish up editing tonight and go and sit and watch The Traitors. Anybody else watching The Traitors? It's the first time I've ever sat and watched The Traitors, and I'm really enjoying them. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, it's only warping again, when she was asking me the question about the gym or handbags, she said she basically meant fitness or handbags. Hands down, it would be fitness. And after, when I finished off the vlog and edited and everything last night, and I thought about it again, and I kind of thought about what handbags give me and what the gym and, right, we'll call it fitness, gives me. Hands down, it would definitely be fitness. And she says, I thought you would have chosen the gym over the handbags. And if we're going to be totally serious and act like adults and think, right, this is what actually I have got out of the gym, then yeah, I'm very pro the gym. I'm very pro fitness, as you all know that. I post about fitness all the time on my Instagram, only to encourage people, and that's why I share all the time. I was at the gym, I was at the gym, I was at the gym, because I do see the amazing difference working out does for your body, for your mental health, for your outlook, for the way it makes you feel. And I fully understand not everybody has the ability to work out, but I'm very much kind of try and do something. I'm always saying, you know, movement. It's just about movement. You need to move your body. So and that's why I try and encourage everybody. I'm never kind of going, look what I can do, I'm amazing. I'm about encouraging people because I see the difference working out makes. I see the difference in my body. Even if I gain weight, I still have a really strong body. I'm not a skinny person. I'm of a very much average build. I love my food, as you all know. You know, so for me, fitness, keeping fit is not about keeping slim. I do like to keep my weight down, and as the older we get, the harder it does get. But it's really, I'm at a stage now where when I work out, it's not about losing weight, it's about being strong. It's about my body not aging, you know. And it's, for me, it's a whole thing. I try and keep my mind young, I try and keep my body young, and everything that I do, it's just trying to hold on. It goes back to dementia. It all goes back to dementia. Yeah, I'm just, if you know my videos, you know what I'm talking about when I say it goes back to dementia. And to me, exercise is fighting it. But again, exercise, I'm lucky. I've always been the athletic type. Like I've said, it's always been part of my life. Always. Something I was always good at. And on that note, I'm going to end the vlog. And I will do all the other questions that I have had throughout the rest of Vlogtober. So as always, thank you very much for watching. And I will link a video on the screen if you would like to see a different video, and I will also add an A onto the screen if you would like to subscribe and you haven't already. Thank you very much for being here with me during my Vlogtober vlogs, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!